All right. A very good morning, everyone. Also, good morning to my very good friend Nick. All right. I think some of you already know me because I'm a product of UTM also, alumni of UTM. Okay. And at the moment, currently, I'm with Multimedia University as an academician. So since Nick has already introduced about me, I don't have much to say. So let me go into the topic of our seminar today. It's about effective time management for a good Viva preparation. Okay, the title as such, but I believe if all of you are already preparing for your Viva, you have already gone through a couple of years journey in the PhD, and I believe you would have managed your time very well. So in the perspective of the time management, I might not touch much, but I will share all the tips on how to prepare for a good Viva, at the end of the day, okay? Maybe some of you do not know. Let me just share with you because of a good an effective time management, being a full-time lecturer, a full-time PhD student, and also I have a family to handle, because I have kids and all that. With all that, I managed to graduate with GOT, graduate on time with B1 with merit from my PhD in UTM. Okay, so I would like to share my tips. Okay, I would like to share my tips with all of you. All right. So this is the layout of the presentation today. So what is the purpose? Why do we have to go for Viva? What are the preparations for Viva? Okay, and how are we supposed to be ready emotionally and mentally? And I also shared my sample slides for the Viva because many people have they are emailing me. I'm receiving WhatsApp to share my slides. I think my Viva slides has been shared with many people in UTM, my template of my Viva. I also would like to share an effective way of preparing a visual slides for the Viva. And then what do the examiners look from their perspective, and what are the strategies that we should use for communication as a PhD student? Okay, this is all the tips that I have gathered throughout my journey. I would like to share with all of you. Okay, so feel free to talk, or let's say if you have any question, you can always put in in the chat box, or if you would like to talk, you can unmute your mic and talk. No problem. Okay, let's have it's a friendly session. Nothing this one. All right. So these are the pictures that I have cropped from the Google Waiva in UTM. If you notice, it has started. Look at the first picture on your left. This is how our room is for Waiva. I was also presented my Waiva in the same room, but now since pandemic, the Waiva has been is conducted online, so it's already different. We are in a different norm. We are in a new norm now, so therefore it's different. But this is how the Viva room looks like. Hopefully things will change soon, since we are all getting vaccinated. So I think we will be back. You all will be back to the campus, and we will be starting back the Viva as such, like this. Okay. All right. So before I start, okay, why Viva? Okay, why do we have to go for Viva? Basically, you have to share your research and findings, your knowledge, your skills, because we have been going through the journey for a number of years, right? So we are the master of our own research. So we need to prove and defend our scholarly work in oral and also in writing. That is the reason why we have to go for Viva. But this is our Malaysia. Okay, in Malaysia, we need to present our Viva orally. But if you notice in overseas, such countries like Australia and all that, it's different. You don't have to defend your Viva orally, whereby they have a different requirement. If you were to publish certain number of papers, you don't have to go for your Viva. So different countries, they have a different rules. But according to our Ministry of Higher Education's procedure, as a PhD doctoral student, we have to present our Viva. All right. we have to demonstrate that the write-up is your own work. Okay, this is very important, very important. If we have been doing our work diligently and honestly, we have been carrying out our research, we know in and out in our research. So therefore, we don't have to be scared of Waiva at all. Okay, people are normally to be very scared of Waiva, or what are the questions that the examiners are going to ask us, what is it going to look like, and what if I can't answer and all that. As a human being, all of us, we will have the fear in us. But remember, we are the master of our own thesis. Okay, we are the master and we are expert in our own field. So regardless of whatever question is asked to us, we should be prepared to answer it. Okay, so it is because it's reflecting our own, our own research. Viva also needed. Why? Because it established the write-up is of sufficiently high standard to merit the award of the degree for which it is submitted. That is why if you notice, when Viva, right, in the Viva, there is the results. Okay, there is the rubrics where the examiners will evaluate us to determine in which ranking the candidate fall under. Okay, but if you ask me, as a PhD student, we will think what? Oh, as long as we pass our Viva, that's fine. Okay, that is the with that expectation only we will be stepping into the room on the Viva day. Yes or not? Okay, definitely, right? All of us. Okay, but the way you present your work, the way you have written, you have presented your work in oral and also in the write-up, the way you answer the questions given by the examiners, all that will be reflecting at the end of the day. It will be contributing in which award of the degree will be awarded to you as a PhD scholarly student. Okay, whether it's a A or a B1 or a B2 or B1 also with 3 months, and they have merit, and there are several results. So that determines, and you can see, you yourself, you will know, okay, in which category do we fall under. All right. Right. So when we talk about a good Viva preparation, this is where an effective time management is falling under. Okay. So as a PhD student, we have already gone through all our journey. We have already prepared and everything. So let me start for a Viva. Let me start 1 to 2 weeks before Viva. How do we manage our time? Okay, how do we manage our time? Some of my friends, I remember, I would like to share my experience before I start this. Okay, many of my friends, what they do is, if they are working, what they do is they will take leave for few days, just to prepare for their Viva. Okay, they will take few days leave for their Viva and all that. Okay, some people, they can't take the stress. They even take the leave, unpaid leave from the job, maybe for for last few months to prepare themselves for the Viva and so on. I would like to share my own experience. Okay, this is honest here from my own experience. As I told you before, I am a full-time academician. I'm a full-time student. So basically, what happened to me is my Viva, you won't believe, I submitted my thesis for Viva, yeah, because I have a very tough exam supervisor. I think some of you know, he's a very detailed person, very good, but very detailed person. Okay, Associate Professor Dr. Muhammad Nazri Marin. So he checked all our work, okay, whoever under his supervision, he checks all the work thoroughly. So when I got a green light for him for submission, that my thesis is ready to be submitted, I got a green light. Then I quickly have to compile everything, have to submit together with all the forms, everything by end of August. I remember, to the faculty for the Viva submission. And then I requested from my supervisor for a mock session so I think I was doing my mock in the second week of September. On the day of Viva, we already received an email from the faculty, from the School of Postgraduate, saying that my Viva is scheduled on 2nd of September, 2nd of October. Okay, 2nd October, yeah. So it's very fast. I submitted everything by 30th of August. In 2 weeks' time, they managed to finalize all the examiners and everything. In the second week of September, I already got we have already received emails saying that my Viva is scheduled on 2nd of October. And then I have only 2 weeks. okay, to really go for it, because I was doing my mock at that day, on that day, but I didn't expect the Waiva to be so fast, because during my time, right, they were processing everything very fast. My seniors all used to tell, no, we used to wait for 2-3 months to get our Waiva scheduled and so on. But for my batch, they were processing it very fast. Okay. So when I heard that, I mean, during I was doing my mock Viva with my supervisor in the room, and I was like, wow, that's very fast. And you will not believe, 2nd October is my Viva, and being an academician in Multimedia University, 1st of October, we were the host for an international conference in MMU. And I was a participant also. I was also a presenter, paper presenter for 2 different papers in the multimedia hall. So can you imagine or not? 2nd of October is my Viva, and 1st of October I have already given my name, committed, my paper already accepted, and I'm supposed to present the paper because it's a conference, and I can't pull out because I am the project leader, because it is one of my grant. I need to present my work, and I have to be there. You will not believe, in that hall, in the MMU hall, the next day morning is my Viva, and 1st of October, I was presenting with my thesis, my draft thesis with me, and I was so worried when when I was presenting my work in the conference. So there was a paper presentation. There was also a poster presentation. When the panel, the judges were walking by at the booth, I was so worried that I might talk about my own PhD research instead of talking about that work that research that we were conducting in MMU. I was so nervous, and finally I just quickly finished it up. Then I told my friends, I said, you all take over the boat. I just can't be here because I feel so, I feel so restless. I want to go back home. I want to have a peace of mind because the next morning is my Viva. All right. So this is my real experience. Okay. So on the day of Viva, I will share later. That one I just want to share because we came to this preparation 1 to 2 weeks before Viva. Okay. So, okay. Now for Viva, kindly please prepare your 20 to 30 slides only for 20 minutes of presentation. So kindly bear in mind that in UTM, our Viva is only scheduled. I mean, it is no doubt it's scheduled for a few hours, but for presentation, we are only allowed for 20 minutes. So we have to prepare ourselves the number of slides. This is only, this 20 to 30 slides are taken as a standard guideline. Okay, but up to you how you want to present your work and so on. How fast you can work. How fast you can present. How confident you are in that 20 minutes time. Because that is the most important time where you're going to present your entire work, your entire journey of a few years in 20 minutes that reflects your entire research. And remember to read your chapters again and again. That's important. 1 to 2 weeks before your Viva, we need to read because we have been writing and writing and writing. But maybe it's like, sometimes we get fed up. Oh my God, how many times do I have to read through and all that? We need to read it again, 1 to 2 weeks before. After you read your chapters, then you try to understand well every page of your chapters. Swallow it. Okay, read it and swallow it. You should know what you are talking about in which page. Okay. All right, something is appearing. Okay. Then do a mock 2 to 3 times. Practice makes perfect. Mock, it can be with your friends, it can be with your supervisor. Like myself, I only did 1 mock. You will not believe, yeah? My mock presentation, I did with my supervisor, 3 hours of mock. Okay, my supervisor commented on each and every slide. Okay, from the design, from the way I placed my title, my content, my graph, my visualization, everything. Okay, because as I said, he's a very thorough person. Okay, my mock presentation took place for 3 hours until I told him, I said, I'm too tired. I'm tired. I'm so tired, doctor. I don't know whether I can carry on or not. Okay, okay. Then on the day, I will share later. Okay, so this is the mock. Okay, 2 to 3 times you have to do. Okay, I did 1, so up to you. You want to do it mock with your friends, you want to do a mock with your supervisor. So the more you practice, of course, the perfect will become. And remember to search for any latest relevant literature. Okay, because you see, our work has been, we have been doing our literature and all that, but maybe that one we have been doing it couple of years ago. Okay, literature, I mean, papers gets updated every single second. Okay, there are new papers are being updated, are being published in the world of scholarly. So we need to always remember, before Waiver, search for any latest relevant literature related to your own research. Because do you know why? Examiners, when they read up your thesis, they will be doing some of their homework. Okay, their homework. When they do their homework, they will look for any latest literature, and there is a tendency of them asking some question. Okay, your work, right, has been already been published in this way lately. Are you aware about it, and so on? So if you have read about it, proudly you can say yes, and you can comment about it. Okay. Next. Okay, this is 1 to 2 weeks. Okay, now, what do we have to do 1 to 2 days before Waiver? 1 to 2 days before Waiver, of course, you have already got your letter. Where is your venue going to be? What time? Who is your? Obviously, we do know. You are in the letter. They would have mentioned the venue of the Waiver, the time, and so on. 1 to 2 days before, we need to know where is the venue. How does the venue look like? Okay, like myself, I remember I told my Waiva was in the Waiva room, near to the general lab on the 4th floor of Razak faculty. I requested, okay, from the IT people to open up the venue. Okay, we need to see how does the venue look like, what are the facilities available. Okay, you need to check what are the facilities available, where to stand, which one. Okay, because each of us have our own style. All right, so we need to know, and then check your thumb drive, your notebook, your laptop. You connect them, and then your software, is it compatible or not, your slides. So prepare for all the worst scenario. You see, what we have to do is, although we have our laptop, back up your slides. Okay, your Waiver slide, your thesis and all that in the cloud, in the thumb drive, in your hard disk, everywhere. Okay, make as many as possible. This is just in case if anything goes wrong on the day. Okay, hopefully it's not. Okay, but this is for the worst scenario. All right. So, and also besides that, we have to also check, is there any parking space or not? Because you see, in UTM, sometimes if there is some functions and all that, very difficult for us to get parking. Okay, we have to park so far and we have to walk, isn't it? Okay, all of us, I mean, I was a student. I remember I have faced this problem before also. Okay, we park so far and all that. So you estimate, okay, where is the parking space? What time you have to be there at the venue? Okay, I remember for my Viva was at 9 o'clock, but I was there in the Razak faculty before 7. I've already I'm already in the room already. Okay, I mean, obviously it was dark, It was dark. Nobody is there yet, but I was there in the Razak faculty waiting for the lights all to be on and so on. So you have to estimate, okay, that is how we manage ourselves. Basically, when you talk about time management, right, it's not time. It's about how do we manage ourselves, how dedicated we are, how disciplined we are, okay? Because we are committed for this, okay? It's our choice, right, to do our PhD. Since we have given the commitment, so definitely, okay? So this is our big day. Okay, Viva is our big day in our PhD journey. Okay, next, on the day. Okay, on the day of Viva, remember, we need to be physically and psychologically fit. Okay, physically and psychologically fit. Make sure that we are physically fit. Okay, some people, they even fall sick. They get fever, they get flu, because you know why? They're so worried about Viva. Tell yourself that this is my day. Okay, I have been waiting for so long. Okay, from the day I registered for my studies, that I am waiting for this day. I can do it. Okay, I'm best, I can do it. Okay, so you have to be fit. Emotionally and mentally tell yourself that you are ready for this. Okay, so you must arrive early at the venue. Arrive early. Okay, because we are human beings. Anything can go wrong at any time. Okay, and remember, before the day of Waiver itself, right? Manage yourself. Prepare all the documents, whichever needed, like your instruments, your analysis data, all your files, whatever that you need to display it on the table in your Waiver room, and then your laptop. What are the clothes that you want to wear on the day? Make sure you iron them. Okay, all that. Okay, prepare everything. Get yourself ready. And your water bottle, okay, your water bottle. I remember one night before, because since my Viva is early in the morning, the night before itself, I get ready and also check in your car whether the fuel is enough or not, whether your tire has enough air or not, whether your touch and go or your RFID or whatever, you have to top up everything enough or not, okay? Because anything can go wrong on the day. So get yourself ready, everything. Okay, so arrive early at the venue so that we will not be panic. Make yourself comfortable in the room. So let's say when the room is open and all that, get yourself ready. Prepare everything in the room, right? You know already the setting, how the setting will be. You know where your examiners will be sitting, where will you be seated, and you know. Okay, normally, right, in the Viva room, on the left-hand side is where the internal examiner and the external examiner will be sitting. Okay, on the right hand side, you will be sitting, and beside you will be your supervisor, your co, and the reporter. Okay, there will be a person who will be taking down the minutes, the comments, and everything. And exactly opposite you, okay, you will be presenting in the middle, right? Straight in front of you will be the chairperson. Okay, this is a protocol of how the members of panel are being seated in the Viva room. So make yourself comfortable in the room. You know already who will be sitting where your eyes will be focusing, and so on. Okay. Avoid technical problems. Okay, do not ever say this. Oh, my, it's a new version already. Now the software is new version. I was doing it in the old version, therefore it's not supported. I can't show you. You know, let's say example. Let's say your examiner is asking you, okay, can you please share with us your data analysis? Oh, the software is not opening. Very lame excuses. Okay, we should not ever give this kind of excuses to our examiners. Okay, so try, that is why I said avoid this kind of technical problems. Save your work in thumb drive. Make sure try, test your speaker, your internet connection. Okay, if let's say you are a person, your voice is very slow, what maybe you can use some, you can buy a small microphone and just fix it to your collar or whatever. So you know about yourself. Okay, and relax, calm down, wait for the signal to come into the room, because we have to stand outside first. Okay, then only they will give a signal. Once all the members, everybody are seated, then they will give us a signal. We have to come inside the room. Okay, during my, I remember, not only me, the panel, they had a discussion among themselves first. Then they asked to go in. Then only they asked me to go in. Okay, so that was how it was done. Okay, but this is done in 2019. Okay.